Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. I got rhubarb. Went out last night and picked some. It was going to rain today, which it has been, which is wonderful. It will be great for my rhubarb. But today at Pike Creek Farm, I'm going to make a rhubarb pie. I haven't made one yet this spring. Just a plain rhubarb, which is my husband's favorite. So my name is Renee, and thank you so much for joining me today. Come along as I make rhubarb pie, and it's easy. Let me bring you down so you can get a better view. So I'm going to make this easy. I had some store-bought pie crust in the refrigerator, and I like to keep them on hand for when I feel like making a pie and not making the crust. This is the store brand, and I do this and then I regret it. For me, I haven't found a store brand that is good as the name brand. Don't know why. But I have let these come to room temperature. I have my oven preheated to 450. You cook this pie at 450 for the first 15 minutes on the bottom rack, and then you reduce it to 350 for like 40 to 45. I don't find this crust as stretchy, so I don't know. This might be a disaster. A little messy, but it's okay. You know what? It still gets eaten. Jim doesn't care if the filling leaks through, as long as it's rhubarb. Trying to gently stretch and press it in. There we go. Make sure there's no cracks. I think we're good. So I'm going to set that aside, and in this bowl I have 2/3 a cup of white sugar. It's kind of shadowy for you. Let me see if I can fix that. There, I think that's better. So 2/3 a cup of sugar. Let's get you straight. 2/3 a cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Mix that together. Make sure you go down to the bottom to get the flour so that it looks all uniform, like it's all the same. Now, bring back over the pie crust. We want to put about 1/4 of this in the bottom. So that looks about 1/4. There's no exact measurement. Kind of spread it out. Then I have 4 cups of chopped up rhubarb. And this is rhubarb that I pulled, didn't cut from the plant. And then I discarded the leaves because they're toxic, they're poisonous. And then washed and cut up. So there we go. Get it evenly into the pie plate. And now we put the rest of the flour and sugar mixture. Now some people will add some red food dye to make their rhubarb pie redder. I don't do that. Jim doesn't care. And I guess I don't want to use any more dye than I need. Oop, that. Try to avoid the edge like I just splatted. Now we take 1 tablespoon of butter. This butter is already soft, but we're going to dab that across the top. Told you this is like a super easy pie. One more little dab over here. Okay, there we go. Let me wipe my hand. Now we get the fun part of putting the top crust on. Yeah. I hadn't tried this store brand, so I thought I would try it. I will not again. Try and stretch it a little before I put it on. Okay, well, this at least, my oven's preheated. I'm going to tuck this in behind the other crust, and then I'll go around and seal it. Now there's different ways of sealing. You can use a fork. I think a fork works better when the pie crust is bigger than this bottom one was. Because this isn't coming all the way up to the top. So what's my lesson learned today? Don't buy the store brand if you're gonna not make your own crust. Oh gosh, I thought it would be better. I really did. I thought, yeah, my mom just always said that. You know what? My mother-in-law, Jim's mom, always told him that too. So the other pie I made with, he goes, did you buy the store brand? I think I'm going to have some leaks. Well, let's just say I won't be surprised. I'm going to pinch to, yeah. This won't be one of the prettiest pies I've made. Trying to get it sealed because there will be juice. It is rhubarb. Well, you know, when you scoop it out anyway and add ice cream, it's all good. So now we need to make, whoops, some vents in the top. I like to make 4 larger ones and then some little ones. And I need to get an egg. I like to put an egg on top and sprinkle some sugar on it. I'm going to use just the egg white. whip it up a little. So that I can actually spread it. And then brush this on top. This side looks good. Oh well, we can't all have everything turn out perfect. This helps it brown nice. And I usually take my knife and make sure that I didn't close up the vents. That one needs to be longer. And now I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of sugar on top. You don't have to do this, but I just think it makes it a little extra special. Okay. I'm going to put this in the oven on the bottom rack. I'm going to put this in the oven on the bottom rack for 15 minutes. When the timer goes off, I'm going to change it to 350 and set the timer for 40 minutes. I'll bring it back. Here it is out of the oven. Did leak a little over here, but hey, it still looks okay. And it was bubbling and bubbling when we took it out. So I will bring you back when we serve a piece up. I pushed the record button twice. So here is the pie. It's still warm actually. So it hasn't totally set up, but this is a juicier recipe. It is not a real, it doesn't get as firm as if I made it with cornstarch. Here is how the pie looks. Pieces are firm. A little bit of sugar on the top really gives it a little extra special crunch. So that pie will set up more as it cools all the way. I just cut into it because I couldn't wait anymore. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you here. And thank you to everyone who has. I really appreciate each and every one of you. See you next time at Pike Creek Farm.